At some point, every man hears it. She's testing you, and most don't know what it means. They think she's being difficult, playing games, creating drama. But the truth is, she's watching how you respond, watching if you stay grounded or lose control, watching if your calm is real or just an act. Because every woman on some level wants to feel that the man she's with is stronger than her emotions, not louder, not meaner, stronger. She wants to know that when things get heavy, you won't collapse, that when she pushes, you won't break, that when the storm comes, you stay still. And her tests, they're not attacks, they're invitations for you to show who you really are. Most men fail these tests without even knowing they're being tested. They explain too much. They apologize for things they didn't do. They get emotional, defensive, reactive. They trade their frame for approval. And the moment they do, she feels it. Because what she's really testing isn't your words, it's your center. She wants to feel your stability, not hear about it. When you react, she knows you're not leading. You're following her emotions. And no woman respects the man she can emotionally steer. The Stoic man doesn't avoid tests, he expects them. Not because he's paranoid, but because he understands something most men don't. A woman doesn't test you to push you away. She tests you to see if she can trust you to stay calm when she's not, trust you to stay grounded when she's emotional, trust you to stay who you are, even when she's trying to shake it. She may raise her voice, she may go cold, she may ask questions that sound loaded, challenge your opinions, or pull away just to see what you'll do. Most men chase harder, they overcompensate, they try to prove their worth. But the Stoic man holds frame. He doesn't panic, he doesn't argue, he doesn't take the bait, because he knows she's not looking for a reaction, she's looking for a reason to respect you. If this is already shifting your perspective, subscribe and turn on notifications, because this is just the beginning. She's not testing your answers, she's testing your presence. Can you handle discomfort without folding? Can you disagree without getting defensive? Can you hold your ground without raising your voice? Because when you stay calm while she gets emotional, you create polarity. You create masculine tension, the kind that stabilizes her chaos instead of feeding it. That's what pulls her closer. Not because you won the argument, but because you stayed you, unshaken, unbothered, unmoved. The Stoic man doesn't see tension as something to fix. He sees it as something to lead through. And that's what makes him stand out. The moment you stop needing to pass her test is the moment you actually start passing it. Because she doesn't want perfection. She wants presence. A man who doesn't flinch when things get real, who doesn't trade his truth for comfort, who doesn't apologize for his standards just to keep the peace. When you say no without fear, when you don't explain your every move, when you smile at the test instead of trying to dodge it, she feels something shift. You're no longer reacting. You're responding with discipline, clarity, and calm. And in that space, she no longer has to lead. She relaxes, because now she knows this is a man she can lean on. Most men think keeping her happy means avoiding conflict, so they fold. They agree when they don't. They soften their tone. They censor their truth. But women don't respect men who hide behind peacekeeping. They respect men who bring order, not submission. The Stoic man understands this. He doesn't argue to prove dominance. He doesn't raise his voice to gain control. He simply refuses to be pulled out of his center. When she tests him with silence, he stays still. When she provokes, he doesn't flinch. When she demands an emotional response, he offers composed clarity. And that control doesn't make him cold. It makes him trusted. And trust, not comfort, is what unlocks true attraction. Her tests aren't about power, they're about safety. She's not trying to dominate you, she's trying to find out if you're stable enough to follow, if you can hold space for her storm without becoming part of it, if you're man enough to stay still when she's emotional and lead without needing her to like it. The Stoic man understands that true masculinity isn't proven by control, it's proven by consistency. He doesn't react, he doesn't beg, he doesn't chase, he just is. And the more she pushes, the more she sees it. Not because he resists her energy, but because he absorbs none of it. He stands firm, and that's what she respects, even if she never says it out loud. You don't need to outsmart the test, you just need to outlast it, with calm, with clarity, with strength. Because when she sees that you don't break, don't bend, don't chase, she shifts. She stops resisting. She starts respecting. And from that place, true connection begins. Not from performance, not from people-pleasing, but from presence. This is the Stoic path, where tests aren't something to avoid. They're opportunities to reveal who you are. Subscribe, stay steady, and remember, she doesn't test the man she doesn't care about. She tests the man she hopes is strong enough to pass.